Elton Cummings doing a knife demonstration. Enjoy.
Hello guys, this is Chef Elton. Today I made a quick video for you guys just to show you slicing and dicing. I know you guys hear that term all the time, slicing and dicing in the kitchen. I'm going to show you, safe way of how to use the knife, how to core a pepper, a little slicing and a little dicing. So the first thing I want to do is make sure I have the board designated to cutting either vegetable or prep food, which is a white board. You could do a green board, which is mainly for if you're going to do lettuce or most of the vegetables, but this one is for pre-cooked food, and this is what I have to use. So here we go. First thing I want to do is put gloves on, just so I'm not cross-contaminating, or I can always change my glove out if I need to do something quick, if the phone rings or if I need to grab something out of the refrigerator. So you want to take your steel and you want to give your knife a little edge on it, because you have cut different products with it, and it might have gotten dull a bit. And again, this is not a sharpener, this is just an edger. This puts an edge on your knife. So like so, all you're doing is rubbing it against it, and no one's rushing you, so you don't have to rush. Just wipe your blade on the tip of the steel, and all it does is give your knife an edge. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to take a red pepper. Make sure you wash the red pepper before you start working with it. What I do first is I would cut the tip off of the red pepper on both sides, and there's a pit right here that you would take out, garbage. So in some restaurants, this part is used for, the dicing, and some people use it for stocks and so on. I like to use it for julienne. If you're going to do like a fajita or something of that sort, you would just take the knife and you want to make sure you tuck your fingers when you're going to cut. You hold the product and you want to tuck your finger, and you want to move the knife in a motion like this. So you're not pressing down on the knife, you are working the knife as the blade of the knife curves. So you're slicing. This is called a slice. And you would do the same with the other. It's best to start off slow so you get comfortable with using the knife. So next, what we want to do with this is you would go straight down and you would open the pepper, and you have little membranes in the peppers. So with the knife away from you, you want to slice those, turn it around, and you want to slice and take those out. Same for this one. You want to take those out. As I said, if you want to use those for a stock, that is just fine with me, but most people just throws it away. So now with this pepper, I'm going to make what's called a large dice. A large dice is for anything like a stew, a hearty stew. If you want to make kebabs or any type of skewer, you would do a large dice. So this is how you do a large dice. So we're looking at about 1.25 inches square, 1.25 inches square. That is a large dice. So now we're going to do a medium dice. The medium dice would be about 1/2 inch. And you want to work the knife with the motion of the blade, how the blade is made and curves. That's how you want to work your knife. Most people get cut from dull knives because they're sawing and trying to manipulate the knife, but if you just gradually work the blade of the knife, it will cut very nice and smooth for you. So again, I'm working the blade and I'm making a medium dice. This is about a 1/2 inch square, and this is my medium dice. Now quickly, I want to do this one quick so I can make a small dice for you. And again, working the blade from you, not towards you, because if you slip, you might end up getting cut. And then we're going to do a small dice with a pepper. And small dice is mainly for if you're going to do a sauce or something that you want just a little bit of confetti color in, or you know, something of that sort. So a dice is more like 1/8 of an inch square cut. Or, okay, next we're going to do an onion. An onion, you always want to cut the ends off the onion first. So you slice the ends off, and then you want to go down the middle, take the skin off, the outer shell, which is that part of the shell that you don't use. And in France, onions are cut this way, where the onions is sliced into, and then they go across, and depending on the size they want it, and they would to make a small dice. In this way you can make a small dice, or you can make brunoise, which is brunoise is if you take a pepper or a vegetable and you cut to 1/8 of an inch and you go across. It's a little bit smaller than a small dice, just a bit smaller. That is considered a brunoise. Now, I know you've heard the term minced. Minced is when you take onions, shallots, or garlic, and you will mince it, meaning chop really fine. So that will be for sauces, or sauces that you don't want to have chunks in. You would mince up your onion or your garlic. This is considered a mince. And see, every time I cut, I move my finger, so I'm not cutting my finger. That is a mince. Now I'm going to show you how to do a tomato. Tomatoes are washed. Some people use the pit, or you can either core it. So I'm going to cut the tomato in half first, and then I'm going to go across like so, and then down, and make a dice. So if you're making pico de gallo or just sliced tomato for a salad, that's how you would dice a tomato. Here's one, jalapeno. Most people use jalapenos for, pico de gallo or guacamole, or to grill or to stuff. Here's how you slice a jalapeno. You would hold the sides, slice it down the middle, and you'll have membranes and seeds. the membranes and the seed of a jalapeno is where the heat is. So if you want your jalapeno to be not as spicy, you would take the membrane and the seeds out of it. So again, you would take your knife and away from you would cut that membrane out. And for sure with a jalapeno you should use gloves, because if you don't use gloves, when you're done you might wash your hand, but the spice might still be in your hand and you can rub your eye or your nose and it could really burn. So that's how you cut a jalapeno. Thank you.